Sensabaugh and Taylor Hendricks have big nights for the Jazz. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, let's get into it. Before we do, though, let's just talk about Price Picks right there. Go to PricePicks.com, use promo code HoopsNerd. They match up to $100. There's like 7 games left for the Jazz. Now's your chance to get your just get that $100. It's free. Go try it. It supports the channel. A lot of fun. If you've never been there before, go check it out. You'll have a blast. And since you're on this channel, you're probably really smart. You're a hoops nerd. So go try it. All right, guys. And by the way, look, I'll take the background off. Some of you said it was a little much after an entire show. I just kind of forgot. And guess what? Last show, we talked about more than just individual stats. But we'll bring it up tonight because tonight was a lot more what we saw last game. So let's see here. Let's just get into this. First off, this was a nice game for the Jazz rookies. By the way, let me know if the sound is... I've been working with the sound to kind of make it crisper. And I used to have a game sound to kind of up it because I felt like there were times where it was quiet. I know it's probably a shock to people to think that I might have an issue with being too quiet, but I put a gain on it. It seems to be working pretty well. Let me know if the sound's coming through here. It should be. It's your sound. More milk chocolate rather than you know, like very good chocolate. I don't know. Audio coming and going from Diego. I'm not quite sure what that means, my man, but it looks like on my end it's looking good. So that could be sound is jumping. That might be my... Well, dang it. You know what? I might be switching from OBS buffering. Sorry. Maybe OBS it may... By the way, I actually am fiber here. Fiber on finally. That might area I live in forever to get fiber where finally we'll get it. In fact, maybe I'll call them tomorrow. Anyways, let's forget about all that and let's just talk about Brice Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks, and we saw some nice moments tonight from Keyonte George as well. So let's just get into it. By the way, the Utah Jazz, their goal is cutting randomly worse now. Huh. Well, it looks good on my end. It must be my... That's an internet thing. Anyways, it will get better when I get fiber. Anyways, the sound on my end should be good. That makes me mad, actually. Rise Broadband, you're out. You're gone. Trading you away for Utopia, okay? Rise Broadband, you're out. Had enough. I have had enough. I put a wire through my ceiling to come down directly connecting to my computer to deal with your crap, Rise Broadband. You're out. You're done. Now time for Utopia. We'll give them a shot. I already have the freaking cord through the dang ceiling. We're still buffering. Thought that word went away. I mean, the millennials are the only ones that should know that word at this point. Good grief. How do we still have this issue? Anyways. Nice. Nice game for the Utah Jazz. Brice says Trey Lyles does have an end. Anyways, Brice Sensabaugh had a nice game. I know the field goal percentage overall, you'll see 42%. This is actually really solid because guess what happened last game? 0 for 7. It was actually true. And last game was so bad that we had to switch, you know, like overview draft, all that. So anyways, Brice Sensabaugh had a really nice night. Look at this. Career high 22 points. And this was against... Oh no, we hurt some feelings with Android. Oh no. I don't know. Androids are great. My only thing is I went to Android once and I regretted it immediately. I had to go back to Apple. And it's not because the phone wasn't good at the time. Fine. My issue with Android phones is they're like obsolete after 9 months. They come out with like a new thing in like every 9 months, whatever brand you're on, and then they don't update or support those phones later. Or you go on the store and you can't get the app you want. Or like, some of us guys like me are 40 years old and are nerds, and sometimes I like to play a cell phone game, but they're not always available or work on your phones. It's annoying. So I went back to Apple because, to be honest, everything just works. That's like the texting thing I don't care about that much. Better, especially with the current government lawsuit about monopoly. It may get even better. So there might not. Anyways, we aren't going there. All right, let's not go into that. But anyways, Brice Sensabaugh, nice night. Look at this, 50% from three. He had been in a big time slump. In fact, let's just look it up. Just basketball. Probably the only. You know what? That's because we're a Utah Jazz channel and out this. Look, before tonight, look at these. Well, actually, he had, but look at that. I mean, that's only on 2 shots, though. But look at this, 0 for 7, 0 for 4, 2 for 10. So overall, that's 4 for 17. 4 for 25. So he had been really struggling. So to see him go tonight and go 5 for 10 from 3, really nice to see. He can shoot the ball. It just takes time for these young rookies with potential to develop players. Brice Sensabaugh has we know that he can absolutely so much potential. Such a fantastic offensive player for the Jazz. There's just something got to develop. One of those things that all rookies have. And Keontae George is dealing, Taylor Hendricks a little bit, but is just the nice thing for Brice Sensabaugh is he's that play off of the guard position. So he doesn't have to, where Keontae George is having to run the point and deal with figure out how to get open shots. Keontae George, he has the hardest settings on. But for Brice Sensabaugh, it's nice because he's playing kind of a small forward and shots in the offense, which is nice. So it's just good to see that. And that was playing pretty hard. I mean, when you have these games where they blow you out, but it's in like the third or fourth quarter, that means we're in that game. And Utah was in this game halftime, had played nice defense in the quarter, second. And so, I'm sorry guys, the sound is cutting because of the internet. Sorry. But anyways, Brice Sensabaugh looks nice. Showed it tonight. Assists, 4 rebounds. Really nice to see. Oh, really good. And by the way, this Jazz team defensively, the rest of this. In fact, before we go to Tank, some of these ads on. Let's see. Let's go to. By the way, happy Easter to everyone. Everyone, best. By the way, this is just so perfect that I work really hard to make sound, the output at least, much nicer and richer. And so that's the night that my stupid internet decided. I hate Rise. I freaking hate it. Pisses me. But anyways, look at this. Utah still, I swear Utah has had a top 5 most difficult schedule the entire season. Feels like their start of the year they were playing against teams that the good teams is when they started the year, and then end the season that were probably going to be bad and ended up being pretty good anyway. So it's annoying. By the way, if the sound's really terrible, I'm going to put that will be up there. By the way, if you haven't gone to the podcast, it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, go give a 5-star those, or I need to update the logo. By the way, what did you think of the intro logo? Jordan the Goat best roll 199. Thank you so much, my friend. Happy Easter to all the hoops nerds. Guys, I ate so bad. I ate so much chocolate. I ate that bunny for breakfast. It was good. And I feel sick. 5 pounds, but guess cool. Yeah. So if you guys want to give a good sound better. Anyways, look at this. Utah has the third most difficult schedule. They do not have a single opponent below 500 left. And if you look at their remaining schedule, Rockets won. They may not be trying that hard when the Jazz play them, but they're in a playoff race. They're going to try. They are playing Golden State twice, who is going to try. Cleveland is going to try. The Clippers probably going to try. Denver may be resting, but was not beating. So I don't think the Jazz are going to win another game this year. Have some crazy shooting night where they just go crazy. But the Jazz's defense is so bad right now that they just can't hold lead. So really is going to and why am I showing you this? Because look where Brooklyn is down here, 21st most difficult. And this is basically the team you have to watch at this point. Brooklyn has 2 games against below 500 teams. And above 500 teams, I don't think they're playing the Pacers twice. That is of those. Well, Embiid's back. I might not be. So it's Pacers twice, and Joel Embiid is back. Then probably not. Then you never know. Never know. But anyways, so I think Utah going to likely right now with this loss tonight, tied with Brooklyn. They just need gained on Brooklyn, and the reminder: Brooklyn doesn't care. Their pick is Brooklyn has. I would. They're just pathetic. By the way, the Twitter guy from Brooklyn, he gets see done. Oh, I thought the sound went out. Sorry, I just yelled for no reason. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what is Brooklyn guys wants a fight with me, and I don't have a fight with you. I don't have a fight with teams that are pathetic that never win. Sorry. The Jazz are trying to lose. You guys tried to win. This is the culmination. Plus, they don't have Brooklyn. By the way, if you're ever sad about what the Jazz situation is right now, you should stop, because Utah has, guess what? The Jazz are going to be bad for the next couple years. They just are. They're going to be very young, and one thing, young teams, they lose games. What happens? Jazz have some promising young rookies. What we're seeing from Sensabaugh, Hendricks, George, but it's going to take them time, until you get one of them turn into transformation level. Which we'll see. Never say never. I think Hendricks has a chance, but we haven't seen real yet. Now Utah next year may get a guy that true trajectory in big time. Look at the Spurs. They got that transformational guy. Things all of a sudden look different when you have that guy. Utah may get it next year. I hope so. Better. Because what's going on right now is just not sustainable. So anyways, Brice Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks. We got to give a shout out to Taylor Hendricks. 4 for 6 from back. Let's see what that puts that for this. I got to be careful though, because I tweeted about Key his rookie season, and he went up from 33 to 34.5, guys. Look at that. Just a reminder, Donovan Mitchell was at 34% from 3 as a rookie. So anyways, Taylor Hendricks, 34.5% and 43% from the. That's some nice minutes. Hitting pull-up mid-range. He's got the ability to really be a nice shooter. Now, he's not a ball handler yet. He may never be a high-level ball handler, but what he can do is score at all 3 levels. And one thing I if he can become a movement shooter, if he can come off a screen, catch the ball in movement, and rise and fire, that changes a lot too. What he so that was some nice thing that we saw from Taylor. Honestly, just hitting him from the top of the line. Also saw them have a few minutes there where they ran Hendricks at center, and that may have coincided with the run. So I don't know. I can't remember, but it was interesting. They may have been trying to do it just to get back in the game, but they caused defense the worst in the end. So offensive rating right now. Actually, look at this. Oh, today is the third. That time, the number one offense is the Boston Celtics. Look at that. Since I'm it. Wow, I did. I can't. The Lakers have the number two offense. The Mavericks number three. Where is Utah offensively? 21. Utah has actually been better since trade deadline offensively, where it was getting in the but Utah actually since trade deadline and signed for the rookies that this offense. But offensively, okay, now where they are struggling, look at the tip number one, but man, there's why the Heat don't count out the Heat. Anyways, look at that. Look who is the worst. Oh my gosh, by Utah isn't winning another game. Utah is not winning another game. But I will say this. Utah has the worst defense by far. The offense, Toronto's actually worse. The Toronto Raptors by net rating are actually Washington. Holy smokes. So look at the 5-6. Yep. Holds up. Utah is I just the only other team that possibly they are 4.5. Nope, there's so Utah is going to likely be spot in the and it's behind it's have young rookies guys that are typically in the Otters get. No, I'm Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler started tonight. So I'm just that's interesting. I but Walker Kessler was the starting center tonight. It's not doing much. Kind of a little worried about Walker Kessler. If there, he had some nice moments. In fact, let's just Walker Kessler. He started the game and played darn good defense against. I remember. Don't remember. Kessler missed like the first 10. Sabonis intentionally tried to pull his shoulder out, and it injured Kessler. Still with that injury, actually something that really affected the. And I don't know if that's been something that's bothered him all year. Combination of that and her and Team USA, that was just really disappointing. All he has had a pretty lot of weight, but he had some nice moments tonight in the showed those things. Potential guy. It's just not quite been. I would think that the defensive rate 32, and it just right there 32, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks. Good, but wouldn't you expect this 10 board 12 for offensive? Don't get it. Don't. So that's a little disappointing. Oh, I don't know what to think about Kessler. Gets moved this offseason. I'm not going to be surprised if he is on the team next year. Then it also makes sense because you think that you can just kind of can develop this guy as well. But he's one of those guys that's been a little mostly been like a mentality because he has the physical capability, has the physical, like the mental. Good. Colin Sexton tonight, 58% from the. I mean, basically clockwork. That's what you should consider your with your called the price picks. Look at what Colin Sexton would have for the numbers for. If it's like 19 points on price picks, pick the over. Takes also out. This is actually around 15 shots per game. A bad defense. Hit the over. Gonna hit it. Deontay George had a really nice first quarter, and his three. And then as the game got away, he was having to. And that's where the percent. Look at this, 7 free. Nice to see, especially considering the way the refs are officiating now. It's a lot tougher, a lot more allow. So this is interesting. Getting these throws, kind of like he's getting called the same way. They were not giving him. They are giving him the fouls when he took 14 shots tonight. That slump is still happening, but he did hit 3 and they looked good, especially that first one. He knocked down. It looked solid. The percentages, like I said, Deontay George is doing a lot of the things Hendricks. But Hendricks' job offensively is to. Brice Sensabaugh is getting the ball and miss. Deontay George is also having to score, but he's also having to hit guys. Assist. A lot of that came off. He played pretty well. He has actually learned to a lot of, badly. Chris Dunn has kind of shown why. And lately, the last probably 50 offensive. Have 7 assists. Solid player that you do know you can. And even on a good team, he'll probably be a backup point as next. even if they I don't think they have enough cap space or they can. I don't know what they're, but probably do a lot of tank watching, a lot of watching. Johnny Juzang all of a sudden can't shoot. He had that little bit where now he's not able to. Micah Potter hit, and I like the guys that he'll probably play summer league next. That's awesome. I think he has a contract for this Jazz team roster because money that way. Yurtsevin came in, played 12 minutes. All right, guys, you mentioned Stephon Castle, so I want to talk about it. Freaking Evan O'Connor had him as his number one. Made me mad because I really want him on the Jazz, and I don't want anyone taking Stephon Castle from the Utah Jazz. I want him on the Jazz. I think I play next to George because that's the big defensive the ball. He passes it, founder. Basically, all then you can develop him and lumps next ball. And I think that looks really great. Incredible. They need much more than what he is, but is a connector, founder, secondary ball handler. For Utah, same thing. He can play off of Keon. It allows Keon a lot bigger than Colin Sexton. I mean, Colin Sexton, we got to give credit. Very, very nice. Probably the most. But there's some deficiency in their defense. So Colin Sexton likely. I love Stephon Castle. I hope he's on the Jazz. I've heard some things. I think I next year because I 10, 15 great NBA starting level NBA. I don't think unless he just 40 plus, then all of a sudden he becomes something. But at worst, incredible. Well, and the thing about a player like that is it helps every aspect because he's such a good ball handler. To rest George can run the off. Have guys like Sensabaugh and other Hendricks, Markkinen, guys like that. Now you have a guy that can, and he has a potential. Feels under, but UConn's winning. Hard they have. So I'm really excited about those for 8. There's other guys I think that obviously I really have talked about. They end up with Cody Williams, happy, but Stephon Castle's my favorite. In fact, I might even take. No, probably Alexander Sarr if you're there. because he is exactly what Utah wants. Are we hearing my sound? There we go. You kind of need a rim protecting center that can shoot the ball. Kind of feels like that's an absolute necessity in this NBA now. Because if you have a guy that can protect the rim, hit three on the other end, it's really nice. It's a big deal. Let's do that. So I'm excited about what Alexander Sarr brings. I think he's great, but I think number 2 for Boncastle. I really do. Handle it. He's big. He defends. Connector. Run, pick, and roll. He can athletic, rebounds, steals, everything. He does everything. And if he shoots the ball, then he becomes quite the impressive player. And he's 6 foot. So I really like it. And they have Utah going with Kobe Walter, who I don't mind, but I don't think watch him become incredible. I could be wrong, but the numbers are just bad. And when I have watched they seem to be on the tee at the gym. I just don't come away all that impressed. Like there's times guy actually together like 3 or 4 shots in a row. Nikola Topic, he might turn into something special. He's guard, but I don't think from what we've seen from Reed Shepherd, there's no way. I just don't think there's any way Utah. Dillingham, I need to watch some film. Some people really love Dillingham. Some mocks I see him going really high. So we'll see. John Salon I do like too. That's just shown an ability to shoot. That right there is but we'll see. Anyways, that's all I got for tonight, guys. All right, let's pull this up. All right, so let's see what would happen. Maybe that's why it's cut. I don't know. All right, let's see what would happen today if the Utah is at 8. Better odds than Brooklyn. I really don't want it to come down to a coin toss with Brooklyn. I want the Jazz to just get that out right because I just feel like it'll go badly for Utah. But here, let's go. Let's see what happens if the draft were today. Oh, so Utah drops 3 spots. Houston jumps to the number 1 pick. Whoa, protected 1 through 4. They get their pick back at number 1 overall. Holy smokes. Then they get the Brooklyn pick. This is a crazy outcome for the Houston Rockets. They get the number 1 and the number 2 pick. Are you serious? I don't know what's going on with the audio, guys. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be this way. It's my internet. Holy smokes. I'm sorry about the sound, guys. If you want to listen to this, go to the podcast and it'll sound a lot better. I don't know why it's doing that. It makes me mad. It says good connection now. Is it better now? Weird. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this. We're going to do it live. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see here what might be causing this. I'm going to just really fast. Sorry for those. I don't know. I'll look at it a different time. But let's give a shout out to our All-Stars tonight. I'm glad it's coming in more clear, but now it's saying it's bad. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Sometimes it's just my internet. All right, let's see. Give a shout out to Ryan Perry, the legend, the Tim Protector Roebuck, Nathan Butnett Burkhart, Fly Eagles Fly, Platinum Eagles, the Outlaw, the Real Deal, Lars Jarvin, and Just Buckets JB, Baby Elliott Matson, Christian House Money to Haas, the Outlaw Jesse James Nelson, Ezekiel Raicibe, the man from down under, the Lexalator, Built for Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jorge Arrizaga, Mimigo de Abajo, Jordan the Goat Best Roll, PGD, Total Game Domination, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, KG10 to TH5, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Kakubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. I'm glad it's coming in clearer now. I don't know why. I guess I just learned something. In YouTube, they give me this widget problem, and when I click it, it seems to get better. I'll do that next time. So maybe that is my bad. I don't know. All right, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Sorry about the sound issues. I'll talk to you next time.